Okay, let's test the voice. I don't know why my browser is super slow. I can't understand why. I can't even open a new tab to check the audio. Hopefully it is working. Again, my shit is all frozen up. I don't know what is going on. Okay, now it loads something. Maybe if I do this. No. It just doesn't allow me to preview the stream at all. Let's see from here. Let's see from here. Okay, it seems to work. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. I can see chat from here. And there we go. Okay, let's start going through the Patreon requests for this week. Yeah, Philip, thanks. So we had BBAI, of which I think I made another video for patrons. Then AVAX. Let's start with AVAX first. Might have had it here somewhere. AVAX. Maybe not. Just go through here. It was there, okay. So here we go. Okay, so let's start a bit higher time frame again. AVAX. A lot of altcoins are very similar to this. They've had this where Bitcoin had its. Let me bring up Bitcoin so I can show you, actually, not just talk about it. So Bitcoin chart is a bit more common, so again you can compare it to it. So again, June pump here, or well, zigzaggy structure going up, while again AVAX had a very similar structure. And then we came down in, I think this is a 3, or this is some kind of an ending structure. And if we want to be bullish, we have to be thinking that this is an ending structure. And from there on out, again, we would have a structure going up. It was rather impulsive from the lows, so we can be looking at this as a potential 5-wave move. I've labeled this as an 8-wave since there is a chance that this indeed is a 3-wave as well. Everything fits decently well. We go beyond the 0.618, sorry, here. So again, that allows it to be a 3-wave move as well. Since the highs, we came down in 3, went up in 3, and now I was expecting us to create a structure like this for that B wave, but we never did. Still not quite clear which one of these peaks is the pivot. There is a chance that we do it like this, and now we would be targeting the C wave here overall. Let's take a look at some of the measurements here, and we'll see. And this would be again looking for that last leg downwards. Overall, doesn't matter whether this is a C wave or wave Y. ABC fits fine as a flat structure, or a WXY as a more complex correction or combination correction. And then we have this as more of the structure like that. There is a chance that I don't think this is finished, because again we did not hit the 0.618, and also these are the lows here that we are targeting for liquidity for sure. That is the target for AVAX, the minimum target. What I would like to come back down towards is these lower levels, anywhere from $12 to, well, $11 basically. If we go below the lows here around $10.5, then this structure is no longer very good looking. This is starting to extend downwards a bit more, and also at that point we can confirm that this indeed was a three-way structure. However, there is still a chance to be bullish after that as well. So instead of creating a zigzag here, we could be creating a flat structure overall. So that is still on the table, even if we would take out these lows. So again, for that, we would be potentially looking for some of these targets here. Again, it's quite extended down here. So instead of this ABC, we probably would think this more as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at that point, again, we would be looking for long setups down here. Invalidation idea would be below the 1.618 of that whole idea that this would not become a flat structure. So that is the overall idea if we come down lower. But before that, again, I would be looking for these areas here, 12.7 to 12, yeah, $12. That is pretty decent area for me. I already have alerts below this low, so again at that point I would be more interested in going longs. US30, maybe I'm not quite sure if I have time today to do any requests or extra ones, because again I need to go rather soon, but we'll take a look if we have time. Then we had NDRA, which was yet another new request. That's a video to come. Luna Classic, I think I have a chart for it. Let's see, I had a BUSD chart here. Let's see if I had any labels in here. There is some kind of wave structures here labeled. Oh yeah, this was the horrible looking one. I think Luna had very decent looking structure pre the crash, but now it's not really there, because again we can't really see the structures in here, and as it changed the name to Luna Classic or LUNC, it's not really too good. But this is the only way we could be looking for a bullish run. Coming down is quite tricky though. It can be labeled in 3 waves as well, something like this. Not really a fan of the expanding diagonal option, but I'm not really a fan of this being a 3 and then this being somehow a 3 as well. It kind of does look like it wants to be that expanding diagonal, but again, those are very rare in my opinion and not really something that to be trusted. Now, I have not tracked Luna Classic at all, and there is probably a reason for that, because again, everything that went on with it. Log scale, I think we have to use it for this one, as we came down 79% in, let's see, September to December, so in a month. No, what? September. Oh no, 3 months, yeah. 3 months. What am I talking about? 3 months. Yeah, so 80% in 3 months. That's quite a drop, and log should be properly used. I kind of like the idea that this is some kind of 3 wave here, or into these lows. This could be a 3 and 3. It could even end at these lows. It kind of has a pretty decent look in now. On RSI, we can see that we have a high here, which would indicate as this one. and I think this looks pretty decent as is. As we did not retrace too much, I think the WXY is the only option. And if we are looking at some of the extension targets that we would have here, we have now just hit the 0.618, which is the minimum. As long as we don't take out the lows here, we can be still bullish with that expanding diagonal idea. If not, then yeah, I think it's pretty bearish. Comparing time, 1-to-1 we have already used. And yeah, it's not really, I mean, this looks kind of decent as 3, some kind of 3, maybe 3 here. There is a chance that this actually is finished here. The issue for me, and to trade this, is that we only hit the 0.618, which is why I would not be really interested in this. Let's see the smaller time frames here. You can see a lot of wicks here, and also this makes it less interesting for me, because again, the liquidity I don't think is too good. Let's see here. This probably has some kind of a triangular look in here, although RSI is not really supporting that at all. We would want to see a contracting pattern on RSI as well. A, B, C, D, E. Yeah, that looks decent there. And that would allow us to get a structure coming down here as well. This hit the 1-to-1 pretty perfectly, and we got a reaction from there. Doesn't mean anything, to be honest. This could be also just the first leg, similar to this one here. And then we would be getting a structure like this, and then another 3-way structure coming down. So overall, let's see, this would be here. 0.618. Yeah, we're not even tagged that on arithmetic scale. So I would not be too into it. WXY is yet another structure I would be playing with here. This here is probably an ABC, hit the 1-to-1 as mentioned. So the question is this a sub-micro or micro count? Because the idea here would be that if it is sub-micro, we would be getting this X wave here and then wave Y. This would allow us to get closer and closer to this 1-to-1 here, which would actually take out the lows here. That would be very bearish as well. Let's see the log scale version of it. I don't know why there is 2 of these now. This should be a different color. That's why. Did I not? Not sure if I like this either. We did not tag the 32 yet either here. What do we have here locally? It kind of looks impulsive. The market structure has shifted. We have taken out the previous lows here. Oh, sorry, previous highs. Created a market structure shift. We came down somewhat controllably. This wick, of course, is not really too good. And these wicks are massive here. 5% wick. What about this one? 4% wick. Yeah, it might be just because I'm on the BUSD chart as well. I don't have anything else here though. Let's see if I have a Lunar Classic USDT. There is one here. There are still some wicks here. We can see those here. This one and here. Yeah, it's exactly the same. So not really an ideal chart in any case. Is there a chance that this is a 5-wave here? For sure. 3-way pullback and then another move up. If this turns into like this, then I think it is part of this X wave. And if it starts to extend beyond the 1.618, which would, let's see, would be around, well, it goes beyond the golden pocket here. It doesn't find a resistance there. Maybe even takes out these highs and then rejects liquidity down on top of these two almost, well, it already had as SFP here, so there's not a double top per se there, but you could be imagining that there is some liquidity there. But if it goes and extends beyond the 1.618, again, you could be thinking about more of an impulse count, and then you could be looking for a three-way structure again and then move up. I don't think that is the likeliest scenario. I do like the idea that we're coming down here, but I would not be really trading this too much. I could be looking for a short opportunity if we get to the 0.5 here, and then get an ideal entry somewhere in here, somewhere around here. So we could be looking for that last leg downwards, potentially last leg. But that's LUNC. VCYT, I think that is yeah, that is a new asset, so I'm not going to do it here. Tesla, still on the long side on Tesla. I really like the structure overall, coming down. Do I have anything here? Some kind of a three-way structure. I've labeled this as a WXY. Why I'm bullish is just because of this structure over here. We came up in quite impulsive manner. We got a very coordinated move downwards, and now we have already moved up a bit. Locally on Tesla, this is what I got at the moment. Where is my labels gone? There we go. Let's get rid of that. There's too many of these as well. Yeah. But yeah, it was very decent looking structure here coming down. We hit the 1-to-1 extension. We hit the 0.5 retracement, and now we are going up potentially. But the issue with this counter at the moment is that we have a possibility of this being wave 4 still. We have not taken out any of these highs here, and also what allows this to be a more bearish structure is that this could be a three-way structure like so. This can be easily labeled in a triangle. We could be seeing a contracting structure here on RSI as well, which is making me think that we could be coming up in 3. Now it does not mean that this is a wave 4. Wave 4 could easily be here, and this would be done. Wave 3 here. And this was the way I originally had it. The only thing that why I was moving these around was just because, again, how this looked. But again, this is starting to become way too large to be a wave 4. We are comparing it to wave B here, whether wave B is here or here, again, up to debate. But in my opinion, again, this looks probably a finished structure. We had divergence here, moving up in 3, could still be bullish, or it would mean that this three-way structure is not the only structure that is going to be correcting this whole thing, meaning that we come up in 3, most likely something larger, and then we create another low here towards the golden pocket. Again, the higher we go, the better chance we have to stop at the golden pocket. At this point, again, the only bullish option I see at this very moment is that this is a three-way structure on its own, where this is a zigzag, and then we would be coming down in 3, up in 3, 3, 3, creates a diagonal in here. The only issue with that at the moment is that we created a new high here. According to the original Elihua book, we can't have expanding structures in zigzags. Oh, sorry, not zigzags, but the diagonals, but instead, on all of the diagonals, every structure should be in as a zigzag formation. So a zigzag family, a WXY, where each of these would be a zigzag, or something like that. But again, at this point, again, that is not really something that happens here, unless we allow this to be the last leg of this. At that point, I would be thinking that instead of triangle in here, we would have this as a B ending in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is still possible, and that is the way we would be looking at this as the idea of having this as some kind of diagonal. But yeah, this would be the ideal structure here, for the bulls at least. And again, this does not mean we need to be overly bullish. This could still be part of this wave B or wave 2 that we have here, where we would have another bottom leg coming up here, and then we come down in 3 towards this golden pocket. But that's the bullish option that we currently have for Tesla. Bearish ones, well, I don't really see bearish ones at the moment, that probable at least, because again, I do like this idea of having this as a 5. Of course, my bias is to the long side since I'm already long, and I'm still looking at these structures through somewhat bullish lenses. But yeah, that's that. But yeah, I think that's all I got for Tesla at the moment. Microsoft, I have not really watched Microsoft, so that's interesting. Okay, so it did go up. We had this very bullish of accounts, or a couple ideas here, where we were looking for potential either a diagonal in here, coming down into wave 2, then another up, or that this would be a 1 2 1 2 1 2. Let's see. I kind of don't like the idea that it is a 1 2 1 2 1 2, because again that is super bullish and that is not realistic to expect that. But we don't have any divergences here either. We found support at the previous high here, so there is still a chance that it is 1 2 1 2 1 2. But I still have this label here as a potential wave A, based on this being 1 2 3 4 5, this being wave 2 and then up. Let's see the extended hours if there is anything. Not really. The retracement is super shallow, is super bullish. We did not even tag. Let's see, 23.6. We barely missed that as well. That is so bullish. Just nothing really there to be trading, unfortunately. So I was getting into this structure only around somewhere in here, and yeah, I would have expected it to come down. We had alerts way lower here. I'm not sure if that is a mistake to put the alerts this low. Generally they come back to these areas, this or this here. So at this point it would have been the 0.5, or well, that would be too low, because generally we don't have this low retracements, or retracements on way 2 that retrace this much, at least on the diagonal parts. Let me take a sip of water here. Okay. So at this moment, this trade opportunity that we potentially have had is gone. Let's remove the labels and see if we can find a way how this is bearish. Okay, I see it instantly. Okay, so this could be a 3-way structure here, coming down, and then a 3-way structure, and that is the way to think how this is bearish. The structure coming down does not really fit into the idea of being a diagonal. Why? Because again, this third wave is the smallest, I think. Yeah, it is the smallest, so it does not fit at all. The only way to think of this currently in corrective structures is a WXYZ, like I've had it on the indices for quite some time now, if we want to end the structure here. From there on out, again, the bear idea. Oh yeah, I had a bear idea here, but I need to update this because this is wrong. This is wrong. It's wrong. It's like this. Doesn't really matter which low it starts. One of these. 3, 3, and then looking for that 3 wave here. The thing here is that it is kind of bullish since we have gone through the golden pocket. 786 is still here, and it has that area of interest here. Where we've had support and now resistance previously. So we'll see if that is going to be fitting. It could be that we could be bringing this a bit down as well, because we've had a couple of these peaks here. So it could be a different section though. But yeah, this is an area of resistance for sure, around 314 to 324 ish. So that's definitely an interesting area for short opportunities. Let's see, what do we have here? Yeah, we are getting closer and closer to that 1-to-1. I think, let's see how I would be labeled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3-way pull back. Low. Not really readable here, unless we have some kind of ending diagonal here coming up. Let's just make sure that all the pivots are as good as possible. A bit debatable which of these highs is going to be the high. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's not really. I'll just label it this one here. Yeah. Okay, so the 1-to-1 is at the top of this resistance area. So again, there is some confluence here. I'm going to be setting an alarm here, 314, and another one here at 320. And that is going to be an area for me to look for short opportunities. And locally, let's see, do we have anything here? Because this is just so weird. I'm just thinking that we might have some kind of diagonal here. It's very ugly since this structure was so impulsive to the upside. 25th of April, is that some kind of CPI data? No, it's something else. Oh, it was the earnings here, okay. Okay, that's why. Yeah. But yeah, there's a possibility for a resistance zone here. That's Microsoft. Let's get into the next one, Google. Google. I think Google was the exact same as Google, right? So this has moved up a bit. We are looking for, looks like we were looking for this wave A here. Wave A, then 3-way structure here into B, and then looking for a C wave here. It's kind of weird how large this is though. Because I feel like this has to be a wave 1, 2, or we have a lower low here on RSI, but this was a wick basically. I hate when it does that. There's probably earnings or some shit. Yeah. Yeah, earnings. Yeah, that's why lower wick is here. I'm not quite sure where I want to be placing the B wave, but in any case, the expectation here would be, if we want to be bullish, it would be some kind of diagonal in here. This looks like actually fit for some reason here. We had a trend line hit here a couple of times. Looks pretty decent. Let's see if we had the bear count here. Yep, the bear count would be WXY coming down, WXY going up. It's possible that we are still within wave X and wave X is not down here. 3-wave, this kind of looks very short in time in comparison, so there is a chance that we just do this. We have taken out the highs here, so this can't be a 5-way structure coming down, although it does have kind of a look for it. I guess it's not, unless it is part of this previous structure, but that does not look too good either, because again this extended quite far up. It is still valid though, so at that point we would shift this way W into these highs. So this would be a W, ABC into X, and then wave Y in some kind of 3-way fashion. That would make it end quite a bit faster. Is there any trade opportunities here? Not really, I don't think too much, because again, we are in very three-wave structures. Of course, on lower time frames, there are opportunities, something like these, where you could be looking for a pullback and then get in here somewhere and hope for it to go up, to get at least a partner leg here, like so. But again, looks like we are getting some divergences forming here, so again, you would be considering profits already here, but it's not too bad. I mean, it's kind of good. Kind of good. Wait, why? Just based on the structure and how it looks, I would like this wave Y to take a bit longer. I would like that this would be some kind of three wave here, and then we would get another drop downwards for the X, and then another three waves up in wave Y. This would give the whole structure a bit better form, in my opinion, this kind of structure, so we can again start going down. I don't think this is bullish overall, but there is a chance for that, again with that diagonal as mentioned. Is it likely? No, because again, these diagonals are mimicking basically the corrective wave structures, and these are not as common as just regular threes and yeah, any kind of WXYs. The diagonals are less common. So probability wise, the bearish scenarios are in favor at this point. Apple. It's some here, let's see. I just missed it completely. Up here. Okay, this has gone to a moon. Let's see. What did we have as a count? We had a mess of structures here. Bring it down here. Okay, so it kind of looks like a three wave at this point. I think I was looking for a potential structure like this and then the move up. Actually, I was looking for a wave 4 here. So overall, again, more bearish. I don't think this is again the end of it. Let's see, what was the higher time frame count? I can't remember. Oh yeah, I probably have the degrees wrong. What on earth? What is this? This is probably here. Yeah, there we go. So 1, 2, 3, looking for wave 4 and 5. We could be even creating an expanded structure here on wave 4. We are very close to the all-time highs already. Let's see how much we need to get. Another 5%, that's not much to get into all-time highs for Apple. But I have my doubts because we did not get an extension or expanded structure on wave 2. So that generally means that we want alteration, which means expansion here, taking out the all-time highs and then dump. Previous wave 4 area is still here, which was already basically gone to, right, at these, yeah, previous wave 4 area, 145 to 116, and we found support there. That is all good. So what did I have here? Potential firework coming down. This came down in 3. This looks better than 3 in my opinion. Yeah, I think this was just an idea I was playing with. ABC looks pretty decent as well. X, ABC. WXY coming down looks very clean. And then, what is this? I think there is again multiple channels I feel like I could be drawing here that would be fitting very well. Some kind of a ABC or WXY. ABC does not really matter. down. This is the low here, this here. So here it should end there instead, I think. What do we have here? 1, 2. It's also overlapping here though. I mean, Apple seems to be one that really likes the overlapping, but it's not too volatile except for these kind of earnings weeks, which is kind of good. It seems like it is liking a lot of these channeling motions. I've not studied Apple too much, but at the moment I can only do the Patreon requests for now, so probably don't have time for anything else. But yeah, channeling motions here on Apple. Not really sure how. This would have been a area of interest for sure if I was tracking this daily, which I am not. I probably should be looking at this. It has some decent structures. I'm not quite sure how to label this though. Maybe this is support and resistance flip here. That is clean. Very clean. This is area of resistance flipped into support. Get up. Same here. Well, not really here, but we go back to that same support area here. This could be, instead of an ABC, we would have this as some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there an overlap here? Let's see. There is. So it has to be a diagonal. Wave 3 is larger than wave 1 though. So it would not be a traditional diagonal based on original LA wave. Instead we could have it like something like this. I kind of like the B wave here, running flat, and B up. Oh sorry, C up. This would be kind of bullish though. 188, that would be taking out the all-time highs. Kind of would like this kind of what do we have here as higher time frame extension targets? $181. That is basically just at the all-time highs. I would kind of like a retracement of up to here. Around the 200. Because again, that allows us to play the higher time frame degree, A, B, and C. This would need to extend a bit further though. It's not too much extension. It's just beyond the 1-to-1. 1.236, 1.382 on both, and the 1.236 here. Retracement of this move here. I think that is decent. I'm going to be setting an alarm here at the all-time highs. I do expect that to be happening, and then we can analyze this again, how this is going. Okay, actually I was on a log scale. 1-to-1. It does need extensions here into the 1.618 for it to get towards this expanded B pocket here on arithmetic scale. On this C wave and also on this wave Y, we would need an extension here. Okay, but if we take all the highs, we can take a look at this again. Nasdaq, Amazon. Let's take a look at Nasdaq first. Today seems like he's doing some pumps. See, what was I think I was in on the Ors 200 and Dow now. Ors 200 and Dow, yeah, okay. So I think I went through the all these indices yesterday quite thoroughly, but overall Nasdaq is probably the most bullish at the moment. It has the potential of having this as 5, 3 back, and another 5, and there is a chance that it is creating some kind of 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 setups here before going up. That would be super bullish. S&P 500 not as bullish since we took out the low here. So this has to be a 3-wave structure here. On Nasdaq this looks better as a 5. On S&P 500 it's more like a 3 because this has to come down, and we can't have 5 here if it takes out the low here, unless this is part of this previous move here. And at that point again, it doesn't really matter, we would be still pivoting from here again. I've labeled this as an A wave. We had a potential 5-wave move. This was yesterday's long idea here, very locally, and got a very nice move. I took profits here when we started to get a very low time frame divergence forming here, and then we actually just dumped. I was not expecting us to come down here. I had still some expectations that we were just going to do a wave 4 and 5 here, but I had my stop losses somewhere around here because I think this was a previous wave 4. So I had, well, I basically lost, I think I had only 25% took off here, and then like lost the gains of this much, but I gained this much. So yeah, probably like a half. I only gained half what I could have if I had taken more profits in here. But yeah, at this moment I'm not quite sure what this pump and dump is part of. Not really looking to analyze it either, because that was the CPI scams going on. Dow, I got into it here as well. I was just looking for sweep of these lows. It went quite a bit deeper, right into the golden pocket, right into the 1.618 of this move here. And then we pumped up. So I'm just now again a bit on the plus side on this one. So yeah, that looks good. And overall, Dow is super bullish. If this B wave is in, it is super bullish. This would have to be a 1-2 of that C wave that we would be looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at least. There's again more bullish ideas there, where instead of this being an ABC, it would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into that C wave, into that X, completing this ABC here, and then we would be having 5 waves coming down, taking out the lows that we had on September 2022, and yeah, then we could be looking for more bullish ideas on the very high time frame. Again, these are the ideas that we have a year from now. So again, don't take these too seriously. I'm not playing the higher time frame. I'm playing the smaller time frame that makes sense into the higher time frame pictures. So both my bullish and bearish ideas are moving up, so I'm looking for longs here, and that's how I like it. So that's Dow. Nasdaq, we talked about. Amazon, let's take a look at that. There's quite a few requests this week. Amazon. Definitely not as bullish as anything like Microsoft or anything. I think from July 2021 we've had this coming down in 3. Whether it's an ABC or WXY or WXYZ doesn't really matter. We had a pivot point here around, well, the December 2022. We had a move up, however, it's not really impulsive looking to me. It came up in 3, came down in 3, and now we're just creating some kind of structure to create a partner leg for this, whatever this is. So that's that. It is kind of large already, this structure here in the middle, so there is a chance that we're not going to be getting a partner leg of this now, but instead we are creating a structure like this first, take the liquidity here or even here, and then only then we would be getting a partner leg for that, and then we can continue the structure downwards. It does not mean that we can't climb up again towards the upside either, but again, the only issue that I have here is that we came up in 3. I don't see this as bullish at all. Probabilities are that this is a corrective structure climbing up higher before we are coming down again. So that is the analysis I have for Amazon on higher time frame. I don't like it as a bullish option for now. PayPal. Ooh, we took out the previous lows, right? Yeah, we did. So I had this as a very bullish of a structure. I think it looks better in log scale. As a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've had divergence from the third of thirds coming down here all the way up into the tops. Looks very decent. Then we had a massive downwards move. I was expecting us to come up a bit more. Not really dumping like we have. I think this is some kind of three-way structure. I'm 100% sure you can be labeling in 5 as well, since we have had these divergences forming here. We had a diagonal here at the end. This could be some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. I don't really mind that at all. Let's see if I had it here. I think I have it. Let's see. WXY. Yeah, okay, so I have it here. So this was something that I was looking at as well. 5 ways into that wave A. Again, this would be super bearish. We would need to shift into log scale to make any sense of this. The higher this middle structure goes, the better for PayPal. It has at least a chance to not go below these lows here. The higher this B wave gets. At this point, if we are just dumping down, I don't know if it has any chance of surviving actually. Log scale is, again, I still have hope that we are just creating an expanded structure here within wave B. If we go below the $52 area, then it is something else. We found support, golden pocket, not a surprise. We got a move up. However, we came down. We still have divergences here, bullish divergences, but I'm not quite sure if that is going to hold. I think since this is already taken out, or this low here, it can't be anything bullish overall. It can be creating an expanded structure like so, but dreaming of the 0.382 here is not really good. This even getting up to these highs is kind of imagining it would have to basically double in price, 95% at least, even from current prices. So I'm not quite sure if I'm too fan of that. Maybe 3 here, 3 here, and 3 here. That is an area of interest here. That 1.236. I could actually add an alert here. Again, we are, however, on log scale, so it's not actual price that we are tracking. 1.236 here, $59 log scale, 61. Yeah, kind of decent still. 52 to 46. So this would basically be your stop. This, well, I'm not even sure if I want to be going long on this. I would, yeah, I guess 1-to-1 is right there as well. That kind of looks decent. Not gonna lie. Not going to lie. I think WXY makes the best idea here overall. where this would be probably a minuet, and within here we would have some kind of ABC. If you were to be trading this, this would be something that you would be tracking. Let's see, this was actually higher. Oh, that was earnings week. Again, not quite sure if we can relate to those. I want to be some kind of want to see some kind of bullish divergence here. Let's see, the this was actually extended. Yeah, regular trading hours does not have that spike there. When we have these kind of fair value gaps, generally they are being filled at some point, and generally they happen on a third wave or something. So I kind of like the idea that this is a 1-2 here, but it is also possible that this is a 1-2-1-2, which would be more bearish. So at least one more low, something like this to happen. With a bullish divergence, there is a chance for another one here, or bullish divergence, and then you might be wanting to at least take a look at this. You might not want to be trading it, but again, you could be looking for 1-2 here, because the expectation here is that we are going to be getting an extension or extended structure here, A, B, and the expectation is a C wave. So you could be still waiting for this kind of move here, or in smaller time frame, it's probably this kind of move, and then going 3, 4, 5, pull back, another entry opportunity, 3, 4, 5. Again, depending on what kind of structure we're going to be getting here. It doesn't mean we need to be even going this far, but based on the higher time frame structures, the 38.2 is something that I really wanted to hit, but that is super far away, so I'm not sure if that is even realistic at this point. So let's see how far that actually extends. Yeah, it goes well beyond the 1.618, so it's not really realistic. Yeah, 1.618 is again already a bit extended. So that's that. But yeah, there is opportunities here locally for at least some kind of move upwards. 1-to-1 would be probably a decent structure here, but that would be super bearish overall. However, this came down in 5, or has the potential of coming down in 5, so there is a chance that we just dump here. I don't really like this being the structure that would be the start of this larger wave C. That's why I'm still expecting wave B. I don't really like the idea that this would be done here, that wave B here. It's so short, doesn't make too much sense in my opinion. So again, and also the structure coming down would have to be some kind of expanding diagonal, which again are more rare than anything else. So that's that. But if this kind of structure happens here, then I might be looking for longs. That's PayPal. Neo. Okay, that looks decent as well. I don't think this, what I have here is right. Maybe it is. The log scale kind of skews it. Previously what we were looking at was some kind of move downwards here. We're looking for this as a wave 4 and then a wave 5 here to be done soon. Diagonal seems very nice here. Seems very nice. This is a good call. This was from William, I think. Yeah. A small time frame definitely has the possibility of running here. I'm probably going to be looking for a trade like this. I don't really care if it comes down a bit lower. The opportunity is just massive. If this here is a forward move, overall, of course, you would be playing against this low here, like so, but that's another 89% down. So not really interested in that. I would be looking to close on this since we have the count that supports it. Looking for that potential move upwards, breaking through these trend lines, and yeah, that looks very good. Let me set an alert for myself here for the trade when the market opens. And you can see the stop loss there as well. It's 10%, which is quite a lot. But again, for what we are trying to gain here is, it doesn't matter. It's about the risk to reward ratio. The percentages never matter. It just is there to calculate your position size. Setting an alarm here and here. Then, okay, so that's Neo. William had another one that looked good in his opinion. TLRY. Sounds familiar. Tilray probably or something. Yeah, Tilray. Yeah, that looks impulsive as well. This is not a buy though, yet. What is going on here? It kind of reminds me of something like gold, where it has had these kind of impulsive looks. Impulsive looks to the upside. But yeah, this kind of looks impulsive as well. I kind of would need this to become a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I would need some kind of move upwards though. I'll just set a couple of alerts here. So I think we need this kind of move here first. And then we need that 3-way pullback, and only then we could be looking for that trade. If all of these things come to play. If not, then I'm not really interested in it. But yeah, definitely an interesting one as well, if it develops right. Let's see, what time is it? It's 2 p.m. I probably need to stop here in just a moment. Let's check out Bitcoin and let's see if there is something happening here. Not really. Overall, interesting areas for me. One-to-one extension of this move here, coming down towards this, well, this channel area, 38 to 25k area. This would be this area here as well, giving us basically a support area. This has been acting as support previously as well in here. So again, an interesting area for sure. That would have to go through this this channel, but sometimes the channels are not there, or it does not really matter too much. But yeah, that's Bitcoin. Let's check out ETH. Had it as a three-way going up. There is a chance that this was a 1-2 to the downside, which would be super bearish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, opportunity in here, and then another potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and opportunity in here. But yeah, if we are going to break through this, then I feel like, oh well, this has to be of course something else. But at that point again, we would need to rethink this whole thing, because again, if we go through here, it just doesn't have the right look anymore. Of course, it could be part of this move here, and then we have another opportunity to go short. But yeah, at this moment it looks kind of bullish, because I think this looks like it needs a pardon leg. Of course, it does not have to have a pardon leg. We could just have a move here and then just go down and have these as 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2s. We don't know that yet. My bias to the downside there at this moment on ETH. On some other altcoins, there is chance that again this would be creating at least a three-way move, which looks pretty much more decent than in here on ETH. But yeah, for sure, take profits if you're in these kind of trades. Profit taking is always good. But I think that is pretty much the things that I have to say, and the time I have for this live stream. Let's see, we did just about an hour of live stream, so that should be fine for now. I might make a couple of videos more on the Patreon for the requested assets there, if I did not cover them yet. But I think that's going to do it for this one. Catch you guys on the next week live stream. Thanks for watching. See ya. Bye bye.